Poly is always considered adhesive. So on this film, this is called poly-in because this is the outside of the film, and that's the adhesive side. That's on the inside, so this is called poly-in. Now, a lot of times people will say, well, you just look at the shiny side. Well, what if I'm running delustered?
Or matte.
Or matte film. That's a little harder to tell. If somebody says, well, I can't tell if it's poly-in or poly-out because I got a matte film, tell them to cut a piece of their film, put it on the roller. That's your adhesive side. Okay? That's the easiest way to tell. If you can't visibly see what...
If it sticks to the roller?
If it sticks to the roller, get your...
Wrong side.
Wrong side. Get your Scotch-Brite out. Get your Scotch-Brite out, clean your roller, then go ahead and thread your film.
Yeah, that's really short-term memory loss right there.
So this is poly-in, okay? So again, the shaft only fits on the machine one way, so I'm going to put this on like this. We will lock these down. I don't have to tighten these, I just need to run them up so that they're close. And then I'll get them close. Now these shafts, what you're going to see is there are actually gradations on these shafts to match your standard films. So you're going to see 36 inch, 43 inch, and then inside I believe there's 27 or 25 inch. I've asked them to make these a little more pronounced so that they are easier to see. And the other thing on the shafts that helps the operator is there's an arrow right here on the shaft itself, and you match the arrow to the arrow on the machine. So if I look at this, see my arrow right here, and my arrow right here, that means this fits on the machine this way. Just like that.
What's the maximum diameter?
5.5 inches.
We figured 750 feet on
1.2 mil would be about
750.
Yeah. Okay. So I have poly-in. I know it's going to go on the machine this way.
I don't know if you know the answer to this, but would this machine run 1.2 nylon film, or is it not fast enough?
Two things. Nylon film is only for one-sided applications.
Correct.
You don't ever want to run nylon film for two-sided. It defeats the purpose of the film.
Would this machine do one-sided?
Yeah, because nylon film is not based on speed. It's based on whatever print you're trying to stick to. So it's based on temperature, not speed.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I always thought nylon film was hot and fast.
You can run it. You can run it hot and fast, but the prints that you're sticking to, you're never going to run more than 30 feet a minute anyway, because of the toners that are used in those print engines. They're really hard to stick to. You can't run them fast. I mean,
What's your ideal temperature on nylon?
Usually around 275. You know, it's a little tougher film. It's not like polypropylene, which you really shouldn't run over 235 because it's just going to burn off. But the nylon film, you can run up to 275, 280 degrees. Even your most expensive one-sided laminators, you're not going to run more than 35 feet a minute anyway. You're normally going to be around the 15 to 25 foot range. Now, if you've got a colander section, you know, that's this big, yeah, you can get up into the 35 foot range. But for most of them, you know, like the D&Ks and the Comfies and stuff like that, the GBCs, those heat rollers are only about this big. So you can't get enough heat to generate into that print as it's going through. You've got too small of a footprint to run them really fast. You know, you're running iGens and DocuColors and stuff like that. That stuff, that takes a lot of pressure and a lot of dwell time. So you're just not going to run them very quickly.
So you said it will run it, we just run it with the bottom heat off or with like craft paper below?
If you're going to do an application like this, you're going to do just prints through there, you'd want to run a craft paper, definitely, because if you have any overhang, this adhesive is going to go straight onto your rollers. So,
Sit print on an oversized sheet,
yes.
overlap.
Yep. Now, I have to be careful when I say that, because some inks and toners will transfer to your roller. Okay?
If it's double-sided.
Yeah. So if you're only running one side through the machine, then whatever's on that back side, next thing you know, you look down at your roller, and there's that image all over your roller.
Because it's hot.
Yeah, because it's hot. Now, offset prints won't do that because there's a different type of ink. That's generally a rubber base or a gum base ink. So it doesn't transfer as much as toner does. Toner, once it heats up, it can go anywhere. That's the nature of that stuff. So, I'm going to cut that. I'm going to cut this. Now, I always go past this because guess what happens? If I run this through the machine, that's going to show up on my roller. So I'll take this. I'll get that much off. Yes. Yes, Eddie. I will take your knife. All right. I'm not keeping it. I'm just... Okay. So I'm going to go down underneath my idler bar.
And this one, like the 27, has the J channel so that you can pull it out and then put it back in place.
Yep.
Right on the bottom.
So I run a little bit out, and then I'm going to put this bar up in place like that. Then I can rewind my film so I'm not wasting so much. I'm going to add a little bit of brake. And then we're going to do the same thing to the top. Like that. Now, a lot of times what people will do is they'll take that label and they'll cut it out and they'll tape it to the side of the machine. That way they know what film they're running. And then when they're done, if they're not going to use that whole roll, they'll tape that back onto here so that they know what they have. Okay, now the nice thing is because these rollers are gappable, just like with the 27, I'm going to take this, come in from behind, going to work that through my rollers. And what do teachers hate to do? They hate to thread the machine because they get worried. Okay? When you look at this now, this machine's already threaded. It's done. All I have to do is bring my film down like this. Tack this piece of paper to that I brought through from the back side. Take this, tack that to the top, close my rollers and hit run. And we're threaded. That's all there is to it. Now at this point, while it's running, this is where I'll look at all my rivers, wrinkles, everything. Bottom looks pretty good. I'm going to add a little bit of top break to it, and you see it flattens right out. A little more?
No, you really don't, because it's not going down.
Yeah, as long as it's right over this area, if it's disappearing, then we're okay. Okay, and that's all there is to setting up the machine. I got an air bubble trapped.
I think you do too.
So I have an air bubble trapped in there. What I'll do is I'll just, what we call burping the machine, I'll pull that through a little bit. And then go ahead, close that down. Okay, and then we're done.
How do you get the air bubble?
I was gonna say, I've never seen it.
Um,
I've never seen it.
There's our air bubble. What happened was when I stuck that piece of paper in there, I trapped that bubble in. When I overlapped the two sheets, it got caught in there.
So to get rid of it, you
Just burp it. Yep, just,
Yeah,
Yep.
the rollers pull it on the back.
through.
Yep.
and then
Lets it
read
out.
and read.
yeah, and then close it back up.
What is that brown paper that you use?
Threading paper and everything.
No,
That's what those,
wrapper for
that was what the posters were wrapped up in.
That's what you thread those.
It's anything.
You can use anything.
Piece of paper.
Oh,
Any old prints that you have lying around, an old poster. What some people will do is they'll keep a section of this film. You can actually reuse this. Yeah, you can keep a section of that and just reuse that when you want to thread your machine. Okay, now feed tray and safety shield. So the safety shield goes on. They have spring-loaded ends, just like this, and just rests on the machine. Okay, and again, you don't need that. If you've been running a machine for a while and you're comfortable without it, you can go ahead and just take that off, set it off to the side. New operators, I would suggest using this.
It'll still run with the feed table off even.
Yeah, it'll run without that because you've got
the
that.
27, I mean, I've been using that as safety because some schools don't want everybody being able to, we'll take the feed tray off.
Take the
and
feed
it
tray,
won't run.
right,
Okay.
or the safety shield.
It's your expertise of users on 27-inch units versus something like this.
Yeah. When you're looking at school machines, you're talking teachers, and sometimes they allow student helpers to come in and run stuff. That's a whole different set of operators. That's a skill level set that they're not. You want to protect those people as much as possible. When you get into a professional level where this machine's going, those people have a little bit higher skill sets because they're trained to do this, and you can run that without your shield.
Kind of hard to run it without the table. But.
Yeah, because you pretty much need your table, but that's the reason why. And again, what we do to protect them is that photo eye.
It's really a nice machine.
This is a nice machine. It really is.
Is that this original stand, or is that the?
No, the new
Change the stand?
yeah, what we did to that is the new stand has legs that come off the ends so that it passes the tip test. Right now, if you were to roll this machine with this old stand, this was just the prototype stand, you could accidentally flip this over. But with the stands that are coming with the machines, they've got the legs on it. That'll prevent that.